On Election Day, there will be 8 polling stations across Prince George, but it's not convenient for everyone to get there in person. Elections BC considered offering online voting, but we aren't quite there yet.
A year ago, a report from Elections BC found there was not a case to be made for online voting in either provincial or civic elections. A 100-page report found it was simply too early to head in that direction, primarily because voters fear there are security concerns. That's a questionable finding for political scientist Jason Morris.
Most everyday Canadians are forking over their very personal information to Amazon and eBay and other even less reputable online vendors selling products. If these organizations have figured out how to do transactions safely, surely Elections BC and municipal voting experts can work that out.
The study looked at several communities that currently employ online voting, such as Markham, Ontario, where online voting was introduced in 2003. In that year, 17% of ballots were cast online. In subsequent elections, that number didn't change. It led Elections BC to conclude online voting did not increase voter turnout. Another area looked at was the young voter. Would online voting attract the young? Most at UNBC said yes.
Probably because it's much more convenient.
No, I prefer going down there and doing it myself so then there's no issues with voting, more people voting more than once or anything. So that's my opinion.
Absolutely. It's so much easier. I don't even have to leave my couch if I don't want to, and I can still vote, do anything.
In fact, the study found that, contrary to the UNBC students, those who more readily accessed online voting were middle-aged or older, something that came as a surprise.
Well, you'd think the younger generation would be more inclined to use their phone, and, people that are still used to going to a voting station would be totally okay with doing that.
But Jason Morris says online voting already exists in certain circumstances.
We have online voting for selecting the leaders of political parties, and it's worked just fine and becoming more and more accepted. Surely we have to come to have some better and open debate on whether we could make the leap to doing it for elections.
Whatever Elections BC opts to do with future elections remains to be seen, but for the upcoming election on November 15th, eligible voters will have to put down the smart devices and cast a ballot in person. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.